Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're back at it here. We're almost at League 7 and we're kind of working up towards that right now in this video. We are rocking with this deck that is just way too much fun, and it makes it really difficult for me to want to play anything else right now. Even though, you know, there's definitely a whole host of other decks, but this is definitely one of those for sure. So I'm just going to go ahead and go with the Barb Barrel here. This could be a faster cycle Mega Knight deck, so I just got to be super careful of that. I'm letting my Prince kind of ramp up and get the Mega Knight closer to the middle, just make it a little easier to deal with here. So our opponent's going to go with Bandit. That's obviously going to be a really great counter against the Prince because it just nullifies that charge. So we're going to go with the Recruits here. We'll go Giant Snowball. Yeah, this is a deck. I think he's also got the Archer Queen. Sometimes they rock like another version of this if, for example, they don't have Archer Queen or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and basically hit him with the Vine Spell, and that's going to prevent him from popping that ability. So that's one of those super useful use cases with the Vine Spell. It's so good, and coupled with something like the Evil Giant Snowball, it's just absolutely amazing, some of the stuff you can pull off. So I'm just going to go Bandit here. I'm going to go Ram Rider here. A little bit of a interesting setup here. We're going to go Prince on Prince. And this is going to be a little bit rough here because he does have that Mega Knight and we are down on Elixir. Just because we wanted to defend that Bandit there and kind of dropping Bandit. So that's one of those downsides about playing it the way I did. But totally fine here. We have our Recruits and it looks like he just went ahead and went for a Zap. So that's going to work out for us. Now the thing is, he can kind of throw things in a little bit of a loop because obviously we want our Prince against his... I'm going to go Barb Barrel here. I'll take damage on the other side, but we want our Recruits on his Prince, and obviously we want, our Prince on his Mega Knight. So we're going to go like this here. This is perfect, guys. This is one of those things that if they do choose to do this and you haven't played your Recruits, it's going to be super beneficial in terms of just using it to defend. So we're going to do this here. I know he's got that Mega Knight. I was hoping he'd be able to, or he'd mess up a little bit in terms of allowing us to get that lineup, which would have been really sweet, obviously. Let's go Barb Barrel here. This is fine, I think. I'm going to go Bandit. And then we'll go with the Recruits right on top of this. Unfortunately, we weren't able to protect our Prince. That would have been really nice. But I'm going to go for Ram Rider here. Okay, he's going to go for that. So I'm going to get my Vine Spell ready. See what else he's got here. But we should be in a pretty clear spot to take that, take most of this out, actually. Let's hit him with the Vine Spell. Oh, Mega Knight actually jumped. That, okay, didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. I'm going to go Barb Barrel here, take out that, and I'm going to take the damage from the Bandit just because it's going to be a lot of damage. I know, but might be one of those necessary things. We need to take out those wall breakers. Okay, we got one of them, but that was pretty well played on our opponent's end, so Executioner is actually going to make it on through, guys. What? Alright, we're just going to try and cram this in here. Hit him with the Vine Spell. That should snag that Mega Knight, and that right there should about seal it for us. Good game, well played. Really close towards the end, but really glad we came out with the W there. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. Alright, next match here, up against a Cannoneer Tower. So we're going to go for the Recruits. Wait for the Hog Rider to get closer, hit him with that, and right before it gets a hit off, that Giant Snowball will definitely prevent all damage and obviously force out some more Elixir from the opponent. So one thing with this deck is if your opponent's got something like Firecracker, it's going to be a little challenging if you don't have your Vine Spell in cycle, so just kind of keep that in mind there. But Vines is perfect against Firecracker. I would say it's worth it every single time. Let's go Bandit here. We'll get our Barb Barrel ready. And obviously would love to get a Executioner going so we can get that Evil Executioner rolling, but won't happen here. But we can definitely maybe get it going here. We'll go with the Prince. He doesn't have his one Elixir Skeletons, and this is one of those situations where I would definitely hit him with that Vine Spell. Ooh, if we hit the E-Spear too, guys, that would have been perfect. I waited a tad long, and I think that's going to end up costing me a little bit. Prince is going to make it on through. Really nice. And he had to go with the Log Spell. Bandit should clean that up for us. Really nice. Yeah, that was one of those where if we hit him with a Vine Spell, that would have been super good and useful for us, obviously. I'm expecting delivery at some... Oh, he's going to choose not to defend it. Kind of interesting. I'm just going to hang out here for a sec. Wait till closer to 10 Elixir. And then you can definitely send the Ram Rider in now because he doesn't have that cannon anymore. So that's going to be his best defense outside of maybe log and delivery. So that's what he's going to do here. We still get a hit off, which is perfect. I'm just going to go for Barb Barrel here. We have Prince plus the Giant Snowball if we need to defend. And we're definitely going to do that here. So we're just going to go ahead Giant Snowball this. If you time it right, you know, you're going to get a really good interaction either way. But if you're a little bit slow or you lag out for a second, internet-wise, definitely going to feel the pain of, you know, that hit, whether it's the Hog Rider or even something like the Balloon. So let's go with the recruits here. And, ooh, all right, we're going to go Bandit here. That should get right on top of that Firecracker before it shoots again. Really nice. And we're going to get right on top of Tower or force out another cannon. That right there is just beautiful stuff. We have the Evil Giant Snowball here, guys. So we're going to go ahead and hit him with that. And we're going to go with the Vine Spell as well. That's going to take out that Firecracker for the most part and keep our Prince alive. Forcing out the E-Spirit, he's going to have to get back to the Skeletons, or he's going to be too late, and that's going to give us a really nice hit there. Executioner, of course. Oh my gosh, I'm not even saying that we predicted that Firecracker, but that was pretty sweet stuff right there. So let's go recruits here. Obviously, we only need 2 on this side. And see if he's going to, you know, at least give up a little bit on that other side. Keeping him true and honest, because 4 recruits plus a bandit is going to be more than enough to cause havoc. Let's do a Vine Spell as well. We're going to snare that E-Spirit, and that right there is just going to do it. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here. Keeping things rolling. So as you can see so far, super broken. We're going to go with the recruits here. And Vine Spell is perfect against something like this. You know, whatever it may be. Let's go with the Bandit here. Should be able to dash right on top of that and force out a Knight, but we get on top of the Expo. So obviously Barbaro is going to be pretty critical in this. Obviously having the recruits to kind of just slow down and, you know, take the targeting away from our tower is going to be really critical. I'm going to ignore the archers because they shouldn't get a hit off. Although I will cycle my Giant Snowball here. Obviously getting to another one is pretty critical. Let's go with the Ram Rider. He's probably got Tesla on defense. And, oh wait, this is the Expo deck that doesn't have a Tesla. It's just gonna, you know, try and outcycle you. I don't know if they have a heavy spell, but I'm just gonna assume that he does for now. Because typically I think they've had like Ice Spirit and Fire Spirit before, at least in a previous version. So I'm not gonna go too ham here. I'm just gonna go, I'll hit him with the Vine Spell. I think Vines on the Elixir Collector works almost just as well, so that's something to keep in mind. I'm gonna go Bandit here. He's just gonna go in for another freaking Elixir Collector. So this is gonna be wild. I did give up my recruits, but we should be okay. I know he's got that Knight still. So we're gonna go ahead and see how this plays out. Obviously, whichever side he goes, we're just going to defend it with the Prince and the Barb Barrel. We also obviously have that Evil Executioner coming up, so I'm just going to wait here, see which way he goes. All right, I'm going to go Prince on this side. I'm going to go Barb Barrel, clean up this, and we're going to hit him with the Giant Snowball here. And that should keep things relatively healthy. I'm going to go Bandit here because we're going to need to protect against that. We'll be fine here. Expo is not really going to be a problem afterwards, and we're going to be in a good spot. Bandit still somehow got a charge off, even though it had 1 elixir, so maybe at the right angle it's able to do that, but really nice stuff there. He probably has Fireball, so yeah, he's going to go Fireball there. Totally makes sense, but he does expend a lot of elixir. I'm going to give up, you know, some damage here, but just so we can do something, I'm going to go Barb Barrel here. I'm going to go with the Ram Rider after the fact, and I'm going to go with the Evil Giant Snowball. That should be able to bring all that stuff back. We're going to hit him with a Vine Spell. We went kind of ham there, so it needs to pay off with at least a hit, which it does. So we are back to recruits. I know he's got so many freaking Expos that this is going to be pretty wild stuff. I'm going to go with the Executioner here because we need to take out that Archer in the back. I'm not so worried about that right side. This might be a full 5-minute game. He's just pumping up like it's nobody's business, so is what it is. Let's go Giant Snowball here. We can hit him with a Vine Spell. And yeah, that's going to snare it. And the Ram Rider is going to break on through. And should get another hit off, which is going to be perfect. I'm just going to go ahead, go for the recruits here. Keep him honest in the sense of not being able to drop what he wants. Now we just need a lineup if he chooses to defend it. If not, we can definitely do this here. Get right on top of that. And we'll go with the Executioner here. I almost said my own Expo, but Knight shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'm going to go Ram Rider here. And we can hit him with the Vine Spell. That's going to be pretty good here. We should get that connection, so I'm totally fine taking a little bit of damage on both sides. I'm going to go Prince here. And I'm going to go right on top of that. I'm going to go with the Giant Snowball as well. And we can go with the Bandit. I think we just need to defend. Oh, he's just going crazy on this. Let's go with the Evil Executioner. That's fine. I'm going to hit him with the Vine Spell here. That's going to preserve our tower, and that left side is taking a beating, but that's kind of to be expected given how much, you know, elixir pumps he's got. So I'm playing for the full 5 minutes here. We basically have this on lock. It's just like playing not to lose right now. So I'm going to hit him with the Evil Giant Snowball. We'll hit him with the Vine Spell as well. We need to defend against this Knights here. We should be fine, I think. I think we'll be fine here, guys. Things are getting a little dicey, but we should be a-okay. Let's go with the Bandit here. Get right on top of that. We'll hit him with the Vine Spell. At least keep things alive a little longer, and they'll go with the Recruits. Yeah, and we're going to be good here, and that's one of those games that you're just going to have to play the full 5 minutes. We got him down really, really low, especially since he was fine, taking damage, setting up 4 elixir pumps, which is pretty freaking wild. But really, really glad we came out with the W there. Good game, well played. Let's get on to another one. All right, next match here, keeping things rolling. And that one was a really, really wild one. Hopefully we don't get something super crazy like that. But as you can see, you know, this deck is ready to handle so many different things right now in this meta. So we'll go Bandit on that Berserker. See what we get out of this. Oh, is this a... I'm going to say RG. I think this might be RG. I'm just going to go with the Barbaro here because I'm not so worried about the, you know, what else he's got. Okay, he's got a Furnace. Definitely will make things interesting. And I think we'll take the hits from the Fire Spirit. That's not that much of a problem, I would say. Yeah, we're just going to hang out here. And then we're going to go Recruits here so we don't take the damage from the minions on that side. We'll go Bandit here. Obviously, we're not really able to play the game that we want right now, but should be fine. Bandit doesn't dash onto the Fisherman, though. I would have thought it definitely would have done that, but didn't happen. So Giant Snowball is going to be super critical in this in terms of the Evil Giant Snowball. Vine Spell is going to be great as well because it's going to keep that RG in place. So obviously, we're going to want to keep that on defense here. Let's go Ram Rider. And he's going to opt for probably a bit of a counter push. So we got to be super careful. He mistimed that, so that's going to work out in our favor. I think this should be good. 6 hits. If you hit him with the Giant Snowball, I think he'll only get 1 hit, which he only did right there. Barbaro here. I'm going to go with the Evil Executioner. He probably's got a big spell. I'm just curious as to what that is. I think he's just going to wait for it to walk up first. Where's that Fireball? I'm pretty sure it's Fireball. Anyways, let's go Recruits here. Hopefully he didn't pull that Executioner. Okay, he didn't, so this is going to be pretty massive stuff for us because he's going to have a massive push to try and contend with here. Giant Snowball is going to be great in this situation. Yeah, we're going to clean that up like it's nobody's business. Executioner plus the Prince is filthy. Ram Rider gets in front of the Prince, which I don't know which one's better, but we're going to hit it with a Vine Spell. And that right there is going to keep that Furnace in place. And that tower is gone with 30 seconds left. So we're going to go for Recruits here. I know he's got that RG just waiting. We have the Prince, but hopefully we've kind of got him to the point where he's just willing to quit, and we're going to walk away with a really, really solid W here. We're just going to go all in here, see if we can maybe 3-crown him towards the end. As you can see with this deck, really, really solid. This deck has a small weakness in the sense of it doesn't have a big spell. So if your opponent's got Furnace plus the Witch, there's that one graveyard deck that was super, super popular when Evil Witch was super broken. That was super popular. If you run into something like that, you will have a little bit of trouble, but you need to bring everything in and then get good lineups with your Executioner, plus use the Vine Spell to kind of help you out, plus the Barbaro. But besides that, there's not that many weaknesses if you play this deck well. Gonna be really solid. I'm gonna be using this the rest of the season, trying to push my way up. Hope you guys enjoyed this, showing you all the different types of decks that I'm going up against, and maybe giving you a better idea as to how to deal with those. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time.